Hello guys and welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be making a video for Rubia and I'm trying to improve on the time for my video, so I'm going to be very fast here guys. So I'm going to be go as general as I can, do my best to provide you guys with the best pointers about the character. So if you are here just to know if the character is worth to pull or not, let me then go ahead and tell you right now what in my opinion. Out of all of the new characters that I have seen so far, this character is looking very lackluster. Her damage is not that good, her scaling is pretty bad, and her functionality per se is actually something that I don't like at all. But she has a lot of potential for PvP, right? Which is really good. So this character, in my opinion, mostly a PvP character than a PvE character. Still good though, but if you're new, if you want to min max, if you want to only pull for characters that you think that are going to be really good for your account, this is for sure not the character that you want to go for. Regarding the weapon, should I go for the weapon? Should I not go for the weapon? If you are completing the May Impossible event and you get the weapon that is available there and you upgrade it to +9, it immediately gets triple S upgrade rate, right? So it gives you a massive amount of stats. The weapon is not necessary for you for Rubia because it actually would not be that much of a difference. You can actually see it right here.
Rubia.
If I come here and I compare the event weapon with the weapon that Rubia has, I actually get 15% more crit damage. Yes, it has something to do with the rolls here being crit damage, and here I only have crit rate, of course, that's for sure, right? But even if we omit that, you still would not see that big of a difference. And also, as you can see, I'm only losing 192 attack, right? So that's pretty much the 42% extra attack that the weapon comes with by default, right? So yeah, I definitely and for sure think that you don't really need her weapon if you have the event weapon, because the difference is going to be so minimal. So now, how the weapon, the custom works. Simple. You attack, you get the evade buff, and pretty much the enemies cannot attack you for 2 turns, 3 turns if you have the bond activated. The damage is only at 120%, it's 240% total if you add up the 2 attacks that she's able to deal. And of course she has a self buff, which is really good. And pretty much, I mean, we can say that it's not as bad because she's already getting a buff that would increase the damage, right? But if you definitely want this costume to perform and to deal way more damage than what it normally can do, of course you should be going with the bonding. But before getting there, the upgrades. How many tubes do you want of this character? 1. Why? Because it will give you the spirit option, and that's it. +5, the only thing that increases is just the total amount of damage here, which is pretty much double what you normally can do. Again, if you're able to get it to +5, perfect. But keep in mind that it would not increase your attack here, the buff. Like other costumes have been increasing attack here, this one doesn't. And that's why I think that this is a little bit lackluster there. Now, if you activate the bond system, the buff is going to be lasting for 6 turns, the evade is going to be lasting for 3 turns, and which is, I mean, let's stop here to consider here. Evade for 3 turns. Okay, you activate the costume, right? That's the first turn. The enemy attacks, that's the second turn, and then it's your turn again, that's the third turn. So what's the point then of having those 3 turns there? Unless I'm reading something wrong here, because it is saying here that she would evade with 100% chance until you succeed to evade for 3 turns. I'm pretty sure that that means that the buff remains active for 3 turns. That's what I think. Okay, so in anyways guys, let's go ahead and then do some damage tests. Oh, sorry. Let's go with the bonding guys, bonding. Pretty much guys, the other costumes for her, main costume, damage is pretty lackluster. She attacks 3 times, 75% of the attack. It is what it is. I have a +2. bonding with this costume is just trash. This is utterly trash. And then you have this one here that again is complete trash. You only get like flat attack increases and defense, and that's it. And then you get like defense reduction, right? It will be going up to 45%, which is really good, but this is for PvP. So you want to use this character for PvP, this is the costume that you want to upgrade. You want to use the character kind of for PvE
Maid
or PvP
Rubia
as well, this is the costume that you want to upgrade. Why? Because it has a lot of percentage attack increases, crit damage increase, fire damage increase. So in total, this is going to be skyrocketing the amount of damage that you're going to be able to do costume, and it also gives you a 20% plus attack on the 20% more damage on the attack of this skill, right? And yeah, I mean, these decent because the buff is really good. This makes no sense, so don't waste your tier of goddess here. That's utterly garbage. Okay, so enough rambling. Let's go with the testing, guys. So we're going to be testing two things. One is the damage, and the second one is how the costume actually works. Because for some reason they are getting better and better in creating skills and costumes that you don't even understand what the hell they do, right? So again, you were going to be saying like, hey, but why are you using Diana? Why are you attacking an enemy that is weak to your element? Guys, that's the way in which the game works. You are supposed to be using your characters that are stronger again versus a specific element to attack, right? So pretty much, guys, this is a season game, right? In which you are going to be using a specific character during a specific seasons. Right now, it's the fire season. So you are supposed to be using fire units in PvP, in PvE, right? Wherever you want or wherever you can. Why? Because you have increase in damage. That's merely the reason for that. Okay? And Diana is a staple unit that you are always going to be using with all of your DPSers. You're attacking an enemy that is weaker to your element, right? Because that's the only way in which you. Okay, so now, quick demonstration here. The base costume that I really don't like. I always think that costume is trash, right? But it actually deals good amount of damage. You see there, 39,000, 43,000. So it's going to be going off to close to or 50,000 for the third hurt. It's not that bad when it comes to the amount of damage that you can deal, right? Keeping in mind that I'm not getting all of the probable buff that I can get with her, which is going to be if I attack with this first, then these two costumes will be able to enjoy an increase on damage because of the attack increase, right? So now, the pirate costume, which is already, I mean, you guys should know already that this costume is good. I have a guide on the costume, and I did a demonstration for the damage of it as well before. And it's somewhere around 14,000 first, and then it goes up until 18,000. I'm pretty sure that it didn't attack all the times. The enemy died before she was able to do to perform all of the attacks, because this costume attacks 6 times. Great costume, especially for last night. Want to increase your damage in last night? This is one costume that you definitely want. And lastly, let's go ahead and try out the start of the day. Going to be the They Name C costume. And that's 81,000 damage. So I mean, if you compare that with, for example, what's the name? Liatris, right? Liatris was able to deal like 300,000, 350,000 damage, right? And this one is only dealing, I mean, yeah, of course. My Liatris is +2, this is +0. Yeah. But this is only dealing like what? Half of that? Which again, is not that bad. It definitely can go up a lot if you know, work a little bit of this character. Now, let's go ahead and test here real quick how the other thing works, right? For the evasion. So I need to move this and get out of here. And I need to make sure that I don't have any gear, that I don't kill anything. There are a couple of things that I want to see. The chibi and character looks good, bro. Though I really like how it looks. It's great. All right, so let's go with this and see how it goes, how it works. We get the buff here, and it's showing here that it evades enemy attacks, and it's giving me a number 2. It is not giving me an amount of turns though. Okay. See what happens. Oh, it's not that it evades for 3 turns. It is that it evades 3 times total. Okay, so it's 100% evasion, but 2 evasions tops. That's pretty much what it does. Okay, guys, so that's going to be pretty much everything. Again, costume is pretty neat. Is not the best costume that has been released so far. Can be decent for PvP due to the evasion. Can be because, you know, survivability and all of that. But aside from that, I just don't see the costume that great. But it is definitely the best costume in bond with if you are going to be using the character and if you like to use the character. Guys, thank you so much for being here. This is going to be the end of the video. See you in the next one, and peace.